welcome back to Yoga with Sarah Ford. I am Sarah Ford and I am creating this video to kind of give an overview of what yoga is, because you hear about yoga a lot, it's everywhere around you, and so I want to kind of break down what it really is and what it could mean to you. Giving some history first, yoga started in India a very long time ago, and this is very generalized. Over time, it started to break off into different branches of what types of yoga, how it was practiced, and teaching different students, so it started to spread a little more and people would add their own flavors to each yoga. So there became different branches of yoga, and eventually, over time, it moved to the West, and so now it's kind of everywhere all over the world. I know in Western cultures, there's a heavy focus on the physical part of yoga and the health and fitness of it, but that is not all that it is. And so I just kind of want to dive into that, of how yoga is, yes, it's physical, but yoga means to yoke or to join. So the goal is to combine and connect the brain and the mind with the body. And so it's having this unity and balance within your body and soul. And so that can be many things. It's not just a physical practice. There are 8 limbs of yoga, which I can break down in another video if you want. But there's 8 limbs of yoga, which is a whole bunch of stuff. So one is physical poses, which is called asanas, which is what mostly my YouTube channel is. And then there's pranayama, which is breathing. That's a whole other point of yoga. If you are just taking time to breathe and be mindful, you're doing yoga. So a lot of people practice yoga without even really realizing it. How I got started with yoga was in college. It was during finals and I was really stressed. So I decided to take a yoga class at the school recreational center. and so I took that class there, and I kind of noticed a kind of shift in my emotional well-being, because I was very anxious and just feeling really heavy all the time, and that doing yoga kind of lifted that a bit, and I felt really different and also just physically better. And so I started to practice more and more on my own and following YouTube videos and just gaining that knowledge. And I realized that it really helped with my mental and emotional health, as well as making me feel good physically. And so after I graduated college, I started taking yoga teacher training at a local yoga studio, where I got my 200 hours. And that's where I learned the basics of yoga and the beginnings of teaching yoga to others, to share what yoga is. And then I created this YouTube channel not long after graduating the 200 hour. And I've just found that yoga has been a gate to a lot of other things. It's okay for it to be a physical practice and that just be it, but I found that even just doing that, it kind of introduces you into a more mindful way of being. So whenever I mention that I do yoga or that I'm a yoga teacher, I always hear a lot of, oh, I can't do yoga, I could never do yoga because I'm not flexible enough. And that's what yoga is for. Yoga is for building that flexibility, both physically and mentally. And it's really for everyone, because it's not just a physical practice, it's a mental practice, it's breathing, it's mindfulness. It doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what size you are, where you are from, it is really for everyone. And that's my goal on this channel, is to make these videos as accessible to anyone that wants to learn about yoga, which is why I have started a beginner's series, which will be coming out November 1st, to incorporate one pose a week, just to learn about the basics of that pose, to start incorporating into your own practice. So I hope you join me November 1st for my first video and first yoga pose. Be sure to like and subscribe this video and hit the notification button so you get updates on new videos posted. And you can find me on Instagram at Yoga with Sarah Ford if you want to see more postings and some videos that I share on there. And if you want more videos like this of breaking down what yoga is and going into different specifics, just let me know, because I'm happy to create more of these types of videos. So thank you. I look forward to seeing you November 1st, and namaste.